In typical sketchy Zach fashion, he made a post about Kayda, which obviously that is his girl leaving the villa. He should. And then his other post is for his bestie, Bryce. And so then we go back to that comment that is, it's better, it's funner when it's me, you, and Kayda. And Trinity's not included in that comment. And now Trinity is not included in any post since he left the villa when she's the face of making a post to be nice to Zach. What's up, everybody? So, one of the things that has happened since the Love Island USA season ended is Trinity making that post that is like trying to stop people for coming for Zach. Some people thinking that Trinity should not be trying to save Zach's ass, since during the season we did see Zach talk a lot of shit behind Trinity's back, especially in the early days, especially when it came to a couple's friendship between Zach and Kayda and Bryce and Trinity. Zach trying to convince Bryce that Trinity doesn't like him, saying that it's always a funner time when it's just Zach, Bryce, and Kayda. And these are comments that Zach has never really paid for in a way. When we have our TV villains, we like a payoff. And the fact that none of that was shown on movie night, we never really got a payoff for a lot of Zach's piss poor behavior in this season. And so I do understand why a lot of fans feel the way they do about Trinity now being the one who first posted a post to protect Zach from hate.
Trinity should be the happiest she's ever been right now. She just won $100,000. She just left a tropical island with her man. Her first post back should have been something exciting, something happy, but instead she's defending Zach. I don't know what was said to Zach, but it was bad enough for Trinity to feel like she had to make a statement.
So the statement that Trinity posted said, "Coming out the villa, one, I want to say I'm very blessed and appreciative of the love and support everyone has given me. With that being said, I want to say the hate and ignorant comments some of you guys are doing regarding Zach is absolutely not okay and needs to stop. It's very disheartening. And we are people just like everyone else. We genuinely have love for each other inside and out of the villa, and he's one of the most amazing people I've met, so please have some empathy." So really coming hard to defend Zach. Now, I feel like a lot of segment of the audience feels like Trinity hasn't seen all the episodes, which she probably hasn't. She has no idea what Zach was really saying behind her back, unless Bryce told her, which I do think Bryce did tell Trinity that Zach was saying that Trinity's not interested in Bryce. I do think that. I don't know if Trinity knows about the comment of, it's more fun when it's just me, you, and Kayda, to Bryce, leaving Trinity out of that. So when this was first posted, I was like, Trinity just got out of the villa. Let her make her own choices. She might not have all the information, but I'm not going to jump on Trinity for defending who she sees as a friend. And I do believe that the core four and these four couples are pretty good friends. Especially the women, but I think they are clearly including the men in this friendship. But I did want to hear what other people were saying.
The post that Trinity made to defend Zach really does go beyond just supporting a friend and being a good friend. A lot of people just keep dismissing this, saying, you guys are parasocial, the show is over now, like all of these tired arguments, like just grow up and actually listen to what we're saying. Us who actually do support these women and have been watching these shows and giving our incisive commentary for years, we do want to see these girls win. There is a reason that we do champion these girls and that we do support them and we do speak life over them. But there's something that was evidenced by that post that actually speaks to a greater conversation. Trinity and a lot of the rest of the core four girls, I don't really think that they know and are realizing that they are public figures and they are actually influencers now. Like, y'all aren't just a group of friends. Y'all aren't just the most popular kids at summer camp. Like, you guys are brands now.
Now, this is true in regards to business, but there are still personal lives outside of business. And sure, they are their own brands now. But I also do feel like a lot of this is still parasocial. And I do still think we need them to still be able to be themselves and make their own decisions. All that being said, I don't think it should be Trinity's job to be the one to come out to try and protect Zach. I really don't think it should be Trinity's job.
And that's obviously not to say that they're not people, but it is to say that you do have to be very careful now of who you attach yourself, as in your brand, to. And that does include other people who happen to be your friends.
And that is a fair point, especially when that friend is Zach. Because then in typical sketchy Zach fashion, his first two posts after Trinity posted to, be nicer to Zach, he made a post about Kayda, which obviously, that is his girl leaving the villa. He should. And then his other post is for his bestie, Bryce. And so then we go back to that comment that is, it's better, it's funner when it's me, you, and Kayda, and Trinity's not included in that comment. And now Trinity is not included in any post since he left the villa, when she's the face of making a post to be nice to Zach. Yeah, I did not like that whatsoever.
For Trinity to use her account to defend Zach, and then for Zach to turn around after that and post two stories, one about his girl Kayda and one about his brother for life, Bryce. Nothing about Trinity is exactly why people did not like the fact that Trinity was the one who got asked to post about Zach. As I said yesterday, it's very clear that Trinity is not the one that wrote that message. She just got asked to be the one to post it. And it was most likely written by Kayda.
Now, I'm not 100% convinced that Kayda wrote it. I still think Trinity probably wrote it. But do I think that Kayda is the one that wanted Trinity to post it because she had the most followers on Instagram, so it was going to get the most eyes on it? She's seen as the most popular from the season. So if Trinity protects Zach for Kayda, Kayda is, of course, very grateful. I do think Kayda asked Trinity to do this. Also, Kayda deleted her account for a day when some of this drama was going on. It is now back, and we see, Trinity and Kayda getting new hair together, being the besties that they are, which again points to me that Kayda is the one that asked Trinity to post this in the first place. Here is what I will say about Trinity, and I've talked about it a lot this season. Trinity is a Libra. And sure, we have seen that Trinity will go hard for her friends. We will see that Trinity will go toe-to-toe with someone in an argument if she feels there is disrespect. But at the end of the day, I believe that Trinity will choose peace. And honestly, whether people like it or not, Trinity is going to make her own decision. She is also still quite young. She's about to turn 23, but not for a few more months. So do I personally like that Trinity decided to make herself the face of trying to protect Zach? I don't, especially after Zach's reposts. But I'm not going to ream Trinity for it. I will say, Zach's brother has also been doing a lot of PR for Zach over this past week, or saying stuff like, to all the people who don't like me anymore for defending my brother, I'm glad. Genuinely, I don't need support from people that bully my brother online for absolutely minute reasons. You'd think he's been canceled for something illegal the way you are talking about him. I have received death wishes, homophobic slurs, and people even telling him to take his ass back to the Byzantine Empire, the region in which our heritage comes from. I do believe that there's probably a lot of ridiculous hate out there for Zach. I do believe that people always go too far. We see that with every single Islander. People go way too far. And I'm not going to condemn Charlie for trying to protect his brother. However, I don't like the victimhood of Zach. Because as I said, for those of us that watch these TV shows, whether people like it or not, whether people think it is parasocial or not, when there's a villain and we see someone doing wrong and they don't pay for that wrongdoing, or at least at the very least admit to that wrongdoing, then it's hard for us to take it seriously. Plus, since getting back to Britain, you would think with Trinity having to go to the front lines to defend Zach that he was in a bad headspace. That's what people were saying. No, he's in England, back in England, already partying, just straight to the partying, having fun. So I don't even think all of this discourse was needed, but I think that Trinity was trying to be a good friend for Kayda, and that's what it really comes down to. The thing is, though, there are still people posting articles on the men from this season and how we are in this red pill society right now when it comes to the dating world. Harper's Bazaar posted this article about what Love Island USA says about today's dating gender wars, pointing out a lot of the manosphere shit that Casey and Zach did over this season. So it's not just going to go away, you know. Zach getting flack is not just going to go away, especially if Zach is going to hide from a lot of his comments, or, you know, speak nothing about his comments, or, you know, still not include Trinity in post, just including his best girl and his best guy. Because I think that is the comment that people go back to a lot. Zach saying it's more fun when it's just Bryce and Kayda and not including Trinity. And I don't even know if Kayda knows about that comment, but if she doesn't, she should maybe educate herself. I still think Kayda needs to educate herself about her man, period. I think that Kayda lets too much slide with Zach. I think a lot of us think that and have thought that entire season. And I don't think, as much as it's Trinity's prerogative, and I'm not going to drag Trinity for it, I don't think Trinity should get herself dragged into the Kayda and Zach mess, because there is still some mess there to be hashed out.